this is Twins and Nine the Sage. So, yeah, been dealing with the comic book, and I definitely want to plug Slave, Volume 1, a graphic love novel from 8 Minute Universe, and that is part of the Simple Sage universe. Twins and Nine the Sage. Yeah, so I've been getting dream questions. And so I guess we'll start doing that, as I didn't know that should be a thing. People are like, oh, why don't you offer that as a service? Yeah, no, I just never thought of it. I'm from a swamp, right? Some things I just didn't know that people can't do for themselves. Now, I know that there's a lot of young ladies that can't interpret their dreams, and that is out of fear and judgment, out of things that have happened to them or situations that they are in, and they're not recognizing their own power. But men tend to have very straightforward dreams, very easy to interpret, because we tend to know what we want in general. So with that, there was a young goddess, and she had a Kundalini dream. And with that, I often think that everyone knows what Kundalini means, right? And so they don't. Yeah, they don't. And so I'm going to try to roll this piece of audio.
So what happened was, in a dream, I was at a playground with my son, and the snake was kind of like a garden snake size, but it wasn't a garden snake, it wasn't green. And no matter how much I throw the snake off of me and run away, it finds its way back to me and attaches to me. Thank you so much for your insight. If you can, just let me know if that extra information may have helped, because that was really weird last night. I never had a dream like that. And thank you so much.
Well, what I will do is I'll definitely elaborate on what I had texted to she last night. And the fact that it won't get off of you, and I may have said this in an earlier minute, but the fact that it will not get off of you no matter what, you throw it away and it comes back. But this is your dream, you see. You've got to understand that you've got more control over your dream than you really think. Yet that's just called your subconscious or your submental, which are not the same thing. The subconscious and the submental are not the same thing. And I won't take you there. My point is, there's a back part of the brain that does shit without you. Okay? And you might need something that's going to give it to your ass. But people be thinking it comes from somewhere else, some outside source. But that is you telling you that this snake is on you, and you're going to accept this damn snake. Now, you have a beautiful accent. Are you from Louisiana?
Yeah, so, she obviously had a beautiful accent. But what we're saying here is simple, that, she's having a dream about a snake that is on her. Her children are present. And if you can tell the synergy, and I don't know if you heard that, but she obviously was watching the television. But the word alligator played on her television as she started speaking of a serpentine reptilian energy. And so that's very synergetic there, right? For those of us who read signs, or even the mundane of you who don't read signs but can just validate that that's pretty, as coincidences go, that was kind of crazy.
Well, with that, please, if you want to tell me, you said it wasn't green, was it a black snake? Can you tell me what color the snake was? That's important, but I'm certain as to my summation that this is a energy, and we can, call at me, I'll tell you a little bit more about Kundalini. If you need to understand fire snakes, the dragon inside of you, just know that like the show Game of Thrones is about Kundalini, and the girl that plays Khaleesi, she's white with blonde hair. They had to do that, but they picked the white girl with a nice booty. Why would they do that? Because that's the black woman. She is the mother of dragons, right? And so it is the dragon that will fly about raging and burn away the White Walkers. And so I don't know if you watch that show, but my point to you is that you have a dragon inside of you, an energy inside of you that needs to be raised up, and you're running away from it, and your spirit is like, no, bitch, get the snake.
And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And I'll touch on two things. One is the Game of Thrones scenario. As for, and I say black woman, and I want to back up there. That's a reflex or whatever, because it's really the melanated woman. If you can tell, the Dothraki in that they are not black people. And that's what's a legal term. We won't go there, like, right? Let that go. They are a melanated race. They are a brownish people, an Arab, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Libyan, Algerian mixture type people, right? And because they've got all of those actors in there, you can identify those ethnicities that I laid out, as well as enduring, right? And I don't want to get too much on Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones is very important when we're discussing Kundalini, right? And dream interpretation, because it has now become a part of the American psyche. People are, and when I'm able to describe dragons in those terms, the melanated woman being the mother of dragons, the one who has the monster inside of her, the one who walks into fire and is not burned. Her Kundalini is a flame. Her third eye is open. Her energy is flying through crown, and everyone thinks that the energy is flying through third eye. Like, I don't know what movie that came from. I don't know what movie that came from, but that is not the case. It comes out of crown from the top of the head. Anyway, this is what her dream is saying, that this snake is already inside of her. It's not going to let her go. And so she needs to accept what's inside of her and raise it through her spine. And how do you do that? By eliminating fear and judgment, right? Like, how many times? Eliminating fear and judgment. Okay. This is the key. This is enlightenment. This is the way. It is the way of not giving a fuck, yet still gaining all. And it is only when we give it away. It is only in the moments where we let go. It is only when we just do not care anymore that we're able to receive. Our ancestors want to take you to the no, the void, the low place, the no thing, the pause, not the beat. It's not about the drum. It's about the pause in between the beats. That is where the message is communicated. Okay? And so let's just get into a touch more audio.
Hold on to the faith. And, your ancestors will shake you like that. They'll curse at you, and they'll be mean to you, and until you get it right. And you'll have uncomfortable moments, uncomfortable dreams, until you accept what's inside of you. So if you're having weird images in your room, if you think that spirit, something, you'll have a feeling like you woke up and, oh my God, did something just have sex with me? Or you'll feel that the others are in the room with you. You've moved into other dimensions. And I don't want to scare you with this shit, but it's real, and it's happening to millions of people. Millions. And so you're not alone either. And so it's time for us to start understanding energy, understanding these dreams, understanding what's happening to us. And so I'm probably giving you more information than I normally would have shown you. But you're she's friend, and she told me that last night. I guess I was drunk, but I promised I would help you. So here you go.
And that's real. Yeah. I'm definitely running a service here, right? Gotta eat and feed kids, but and so that was a part of a class that I normally would teach, and so we can get into that. I'm probably going to do like a business page and make you guys more aware of that. So I know that I talk a lot of crazy shit out in the public forum, but I do that to scare off the sheep and the fools, right? And so that we can get down to this gnosis. She happened to send a message in the middle of a recording, so this is something I normally would just never take the risk on and play audio that I have not heard, but let's be risky.
Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm from Louisiana. I'm from New Orleans. This is a lot of information, and I thank you once again for the information. I'm gonna take everything and just basically try to get the best understanding I can, and maybe just do some research on it and see what's really going on. Like I said, it was my first time ever having that type of dream. I don't know if it's just maybe because I'm under a lot of stress or what, but I don't know. But I thank you for your time. I thank you for your knowledge and basically breaking it down to layman's terms, because I really don't know anything about it. Thank you so much.
Okay, that was real peace. That was so peace. Like, I love that. And I'm glad that I went ahead and took the time and to reach out to this sister and help her. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a thing where I'm doing dream interpretation as a service. Just because, you know, I have a life that I have to live. And, you know, and if this is valuable to you, you know, at this point, it's like, I understand PBS now. Like, if this is something that you find valuable, and it's something that you gain benefit from, please try to support, like our Facebook page. We're going to do a business page, like our YouTube page, and that is 9 Ether, NIN Ether, 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 9 Ether at YouTube. Definitely going to be putting videos there. Definitely going to be putting videos on Swinzen Nin and you know, Nin the Sage, right? And so all of these will be in the links in the description below. Please be sure to leave a like. Please be sure to leave a comment. Please be sure to subscribe to 9 Ether, and we so appreciate your newfound support. And please support Slaves, Special Laboratories, Advanced Violence Endeavor, comic book from 9 to Sage, 8-minute universe. And so, yeah, very, very pleased with her response. Very pleased with all the questions I'm getting from you guys, all the support I'm getting from you guys. And yeah, that's so peace. So again, peace, 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 peace. This has been Swinzen 9 to Sage. This was just a small introduction to dream interpretation and dream readings from the 9. And all of your questions are accepted. And please expect the PayPal and the Cash App request if you're serious about these interpretations. Okay? Again, this has been 9 to Sage. And truly, you got to know by now. I love you all.